Ooh, yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in, come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're Aunt Mickey's house. Yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like, don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayers, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Known in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light. Hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. House, 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 house. Auntie Mickey's house. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in her house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, come on. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Oh, you're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Auntie's house. Grab a seat, drop your feet. Let's sip some tea. Sip that tea. Entertainment, news and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You know you're in her house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat, yeah. Come on in and hit that light. Hit that light. Don't forget. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. To the press, she keeps it real. Keeps it real, keeps it real. That's the deal, that's the deal, baby. Yeah, yeah. Auntie
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Y'all made it. Y'all made it. Yes. Another weekend pass. Hallelujah. Let me get that up again. Yes. Every day above ground, especially nowadays. Every day above ground is a blessing. It's a good day. Sometimes we have some aches and pains, but hey, we still here. We are still here. So welcome everybody. Welcome on a Monday evening. And again, I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. And I hope you have a wonderful evening after this chat is over. But nevertheless, ain't nothing happening on these YouTube streets no different than it was just 30 minutes ago or an hour ago. So what I do want to say is this. We see so much going on over in Minnesota, we forget what they're doing in other places right here in this country. And it's just as crazy. We just don't see it. They don't put it on the news because they're concentrating on Minnesota. I just had a meeting with my union. I'm on the steering committee of my union. And we had a meeting this afternoon specifically about ICE and how they're harassing the Somali neighborhood, or should I say the Somali community, in terms of daycare. Y'all remember they was going over there to them daycares over in Minnesota. It don't seem like they really talking about that much. Now they just mowing down people on the street. And, it didn't really get much traction until it was white folks dying. I'm just going to say what I'm saying. Because we still ain't heard a whole lot about the brother in California on the 31st of December. Keith, was it? Yes. But unfortunately, if you haven't been watching the news, or if you've been under a rock, if you've been at the casino, if you haven't been around, if you're down there where all the snow and ice and stuff is, and you've lost power, and you haven't been able to pay attention to what's on TV lately. What'd I just do? I just pulled my earplug out. If you haven't been able to watch the news, we have lost yet another person to ICE. Oh my goodness. And this time, if y'all didn't have a clue the first time when it happened to Renee Good, because she mowed him down or she hit him with the car. Okay. If y'all look at this video, it is obvious. It is so obvious. It don't make no sense that they killed that man in cold blood. I don't care how many trolls come up in my chat today. If they come, hey, whatever. I'm not tripping. But I know what I saw. And if you saw the same videos I saw, then you know what I'm talking about. Exactly, Charles. Brother Charles always comes through in a pinch. Charles said, let me make this clear. Nothing gonna change if the people who are complaining about what's going on don't get out and vote midterms. Don't wait for it's time to get that fool out of here. You gotta get in the voting lines now. Like when the midterms come up. That's where it's most important. You gotta vote locally. But my goodness, I saw that video. I was more outraged at that video than I was the first one. I really was. That man was just trying to help a lady whom they had knocked down on the ground. Next thing you know, he gone. And the cold part of what kills me is that he was exercising his Second Amendment right. Hello, Lady Letitia. How are you, sweetheart? Let me put the link in the chat. He was exercising his Second Amendment right. Just the same right that they all stand for. Don't they stand for that same right? The right to have arms, bear arms. I mean, the right has been for that from the giddy up. But you take this man out for exercising the right that you've been preaching about. But, oh, and wait a minute. Let's not forget. Let's not forget Kyle Rittenhouse. Y'all remember little Kyle Rittenhouse? 17-year-old little boy. I call him little boy because he's a little boy. 17. He was a minor. This kid was carrying a shotgun, walking down the streets during a protest following the shooting. I believe it was the shooting of Jacob Blake. Am I right? Jacob Blake during a protest. And he literally traveled there to that area to participate in the protest with his pow-pow. Took out 2 people. He killed 2 people and injured 1. And he got off. As a matter of fact, Cash Patel, I got lipstick on my teeth. Cash Patel offered to help pay for his attorney. Yes, that dude. The head of the FBI. He wasn't head of the FBI at the time. Hello, beautiful. You're muted, sweetie.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, sweetie. Hello, sweetie. I was just telling them, we're talking about, I'm talking about the gentleman that lost his life over the weekend, Alex Pretti. Pretti. Dude, I keep messing that man's name. Pretti. Pretti, right? Pretti.
Okay.
Pretty. Pretty. He was pretty. But no, I'm not trying to be funny, but I was just remember little Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember that little dude, that little 17-year-old dude?
Yeah.
Back in 2020. And he's walking down the street with this shotgun, sipping on gin and juice, He took out 2 people and injured 1, got off.
I remember.
And they right to carry, even though he was a minor. Even though he was a minor. How many minors are licensed or are certified to carry? None. But they let that boy go. It's sad how that party, and I don't like to make this, it is actually about politics now. Let's be real about it. Politically, they roll with whatever suits them at the time. You see what I'm saying? And now it suits them at the time to go against the very thing that they've been fighting for and standing for all this time, and that's the right to bear arms.
Yeah, like you said, it's when it suits them.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's sad. Even, when Cash Patel, before he became FBI, he was, just some little dude on YouTube or whatever, on internet, offered to pay for that dude's attorney and everything. Now he's the head of the FBI and dead set against what happened in terms of, he's standing up for what happened over the weekend, saying that they're saying that he should have never brought the weapon to a protest, but it's his right. He was not brandishing. It wasn't in his hand. All he had in his hand was a phone. And all he was trying to do was help somebody that they bullied down to the ground, a woman. And he's trying to turn around and help pick her up off the ground. They attack him. Now he's gone. Make that make sense. None of it makes sense at all. But it's very clear to me, and I'm sure it's clear to everybody else, that they roll for whatever works for them at the time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for them at the time is what they care about. So before I really get off into this, let me just say hello to everybody, all my kinfolk in the house. Let me see, what is this dude, raw guy? Who is he? Tell me why her eyes look like the stars. Is he talking about you, lady? He must be talking about you. The lady on the right. He talking about the lady on the right. He said the lady on the right. That would be you. He said, my only concern right now is the lady on the right. He been going after you since you got here. That is too cute. Oh, see, you had to get foul in the beginning, though. I'm going to let you ride this time. Don't take that seriously. You can't ride for real. You can hang out here. Wow. Tripping. Anyway, let me go on and say hello to everybody in the house. For those of you who are Lady Letitia, from the Lady Letitia camp, I welcome all y'all. And I welcome everybody from the kinfolk side of the house. Mr. Phillips is here. My husband's here. He's up there at the top. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Carmela. Adventurous You is here. Carmela again. Let's see, who else? Chandra Sparkle. All right. Emo Sorry Locals. Hello. Oh, new subscriber. Thank you.
Oh.
Yes, Lisa Howard is here. Camille's in the house. Of course, Uncle Charles, Brother Charles, he is definitely in the house. And of course, we have Lady Letitia here on the panel. I am so glad that I have a friend in Lady Letitia.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
She's there. I don't trust too many other people. I ain't gonna lie. Especially, I'm not down on other content creators. Let me make that clear. But you got to be careful who you get with on this
Yes.
medium. You got to be careful who you associate yourself with, because people will flip flop in a heartbeat. I've come to realize that. So I just want to thank you for your friendship and thank you for being here. And anytime you need me to come on yours, I'm there. I'm definitely there.
Thank you, sweetheart. I love coming. I was
Yes,
like,
I love having you. And Lisa's in the house,
hey,
of course.
Lisa.
Raw Guy, of course. Hello, Raw Guy. I see you lusting after my co-host, but that's okay. That's okay. You just be cool, be respectful. And she's married. He said that don't mean a thing to me. Oh my goodness. Yes. So Cece, hello Cece. And hello Ann Lloyd. So good to see you guys. And hello everybody in the bushes. If you guys can, would you please hit the like button? Please hit the like button. It don't cost you a thing. It's free. It's free. We take donations too. I'm gonna have to start pushing that more.
Yes, we take donations.
It's a lot of work to put a show together. And I've been saying that for the last for the last week or so.
Good.
I don't like to get on here and beg. I really don't. I don't like to try and tell people, please pay, please give me a donation. I don't like that. But in the same token, I got to reiterate, it's a difference being a content creator than somebody in the chat watching. There's a lot of work that goes off into this. And I'll be honest with you, YouTube don't pay all that much.
I just really don't. It don't seem like it.
Ooh, sometimes I look at that little check and say, God,
what's that?
I can go to the movies a couple times and maybe get some Burger King.
Yeah. That's about what I can do. Maybe get me a little hamburger.
And fries and a shake. There you have it. Maybe a movie, you know, but don't get it twisted, y'all. YouTube ain't paying that much. Not until you getting them big numbers,
Yes.
huge numbers, and them Don Lemon numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, again, thank you everybody for coming. We're gonna get off into the show. We got a lot to get into. And again, I'm sure you guys did see the video. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to go ahead and share the video with you. This is obtained from CNN actually. And CNN had, they kind of gave a little bit of a better breakdown, if you know what I'm saying. Let me see if I can get this thing up here. How do I get this big old ad off of here? I can't get the ad off. And it's all up in my way.
What
Good
ad?
grief.
Oh, their ad.
It's their ad, and I can't get it off. I wonder if I open it and then close it, will it go away? I'm almost scared to do that because it's taking up the whole screen practically. Well, good grief. That just blew my whole entry. Well, here we go. Okay, so let me see. This is obtained from CNN. And first, let me turn down this music. You know, I can't stand when this music's on and trying to, okay. So here we go. Trigger warning.
Federal immigration officers fatally shot a man Saturday in Minneapolis. He was an ICU nurse who worked at a local Veteran Affairs hospital. Another controversial killing by U.S. immigration agents, and the second U.S. citizen killed this month. CNN analyzed cell phone footage from multiple angles. Taken together, they appear at odds with the Department of Homeland Security's initial claims about the lead-up to officers firing on Alex Pretti. Around 9 a.m. Central, video captures two people approaching a federal immigration officer in front of an unidentified vehicle. The sound of whistles is blaring in the background. Alex Pretti enters the frame here. He's filming an officer interacting with protesters and waving a car through. 15 seconds later, Pretti yells, "Do not push them into the traffic." In their statement, DHS said that an individual approached officers with, quote, a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. This video seems to show officers approaching Pretti instead of the other way around. We'll see later that Pretti does appear to have had a gun in his waistband, but this video shows he didn't have a gun in his hand, only a phone. Video from this white car shows an up-close angle of a federal immigration officer pushing one protester. Then, 3 seconds later, he pushes Pretti, and then as the camera comes into focus, you see the same federal officer push a third protester with the orange backpack. Pretti raises his hand and turns away, just as the officer sprays him with a chemical irritant. You see Pretti and the other protester trying to help the person with the orange backpack. You can see here an officer pulling Pretti off of this person. 3 more officers join, and then 2 more. Pretti is on the ground under them. One officer in a tan beanie can be seen repeatedly striking Pretti's head with a metal can.
Wow.
You can see an officer in a gray jacket walk into the frame. There isn't a gun in his hand. Seconds later, officers shout. The officer removes a gun from Pretti's belt.
There he
The
goes.
officer steps away from the scene carrying a firearm, seen here in his right hand.
In his hand.
Then, gunfire.
Oh, Jesus.
At least 10 shots ring out.
10
We looked back at the scene
shots.
from different angles and slowed down the footage. This officer, wearing a black beanie, can be seen drawing his firearm and pointing it in Pretti's direction.
Yep.
We can't see his gun when the first shot is fired, but we can see that this officer fired the second shot.
There it
In
is.
this angle, you see a second officer also had his gun drawn. And here, he's pointing his weapon at Pretti as we hear gunshots, though it isn't clear if he's the one firing.
What the
That's sick.
Did they kill that guy?
Pretti collapses onto the ground.
Did he say let's go?
Yep.
Backward.
They scattered like little
The
bitches.
same agent in the black beanie from all the can be seen firing 5 final shots. He lies there. Nobody approached his body for 24 seconds. When officers do return to Pretti, they appear to begin searching his body.
You know, this reminds me a lot of what happened with Renee Good. Remember when that doctor wanted to go help and they refused to let him. They forbid him to go over and help him. Come to find out, she still had a pulse.
Yep.
She could have been saved. They don't want people to live.
No, run. Saying run like they thugs. What you running for?
Because they know they're wrong.
Video shows that about a minute after Pretti collapsed, immigration officers asked for medical support. When CNN asked DHS about the officer removing the gun before the shooting, DHS repeated their earlier statement, quote, "Officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted."
That's bullshit. So y'all know that's bullshit, right?
Lie.
They got that pow off of him and then open fire.
Yep.
Matter of fact, let me show you something even better. I won't say better. Let's just take just a still shot of it. How about that? Let me see if I can find it on here. Bear with me for just a moment, y'all. Give me just a second. I got to reduce this down a little bit. It's too big. Now I'll share my screen. Oh, wrong button. Where did it go? Where did it go? I'll be doggone. I've got the thing right here. And it won't let me pull it up. Let me try one more time. It is an actual kill shot. I think that's it. Now I can try to zoom in on this some more. Let me see. How can I make this bigger without messing it up? Here we go. Do you see what I see?
Yeah.
There's the pistol at the back of his head.
He was on his knees.
On his knees.
On his knees.
Away from the officer.
He wasn't aiming at them. He didn't even have the gun in his hand.
He didn't even have the weapon.
Excuse me. Sorry, I said that. Yes. He didn't even have the weapon. Look at this man. He is in a fetal position.
And this man is literally inches away from the back of his head.
And he doesn't see a gun or nothing.
This is sick. This is sick. This is the epitome of sick. Excuse me. But again, this is the world we live in. However, there's going to always be repercussions. Always. There's going to always be repercussions. And as you can probably tell from the title, he's starting to lose a lot of people. He's starting to lose his base. He's got a lot of podcasters actually clapping at him too. But before we go on, I want to present to you a statement from ex-President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. If you haven't seen it already. Statement by President Obama and Mrs. Obama. The killing of Alex Pretti is a heartbreaking tragedy. It should also be a wake-up call to every American, regardless of party, that many of our core values as a nation are increasingly under assault. Federal law enforcement and immigration agents have a tough job, but Americans expect them to carry out their duties in a lawful, accountable way, and to work with rather than against state and local officials to ensure public safety. That's not what we're seeing in Minnesota. In fact, we're seeing the opposite. For weeks now, people across the country have been rightly outraged by the spectacle of masked ICE recruits and other federal agents acting with impunity and engaging in tactics that seem designed to intimidate, harass, provoke, and endanger the residents of a major American city. These unprecedented tactics, which even the former top lawyer of the Department of Homeland Security in the first Trump administration has characterized as embarrassing, lawless, and cruel, have now resulted in the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens. And yet, rather than trying to impose some semblance of discipline and accountability over the agents they've deployed, the president and current administration officials seem eager to escalate the situation while offering public explanations for the shootings of Mr. Pretti and Renee Good that aren't informed by any serious investigation and that appear to be directly contradicted by video evidence. This has to stop. I would hope that after this most recent tragedy, administration officials will reconsider their approach and start finding ways to work constructively with Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, as well as state and local police to avert more chaos and achieve legitimate law enforcement goals. In the meantime, every American should support and draw inspiration from the wave of peaceful protests in Minneapolis and other parts of the country. They are a timely reminder that ultimately it's up to each of us as citizens to speak out against injustice, protect our basic freedoms, and hold our government accountable. And that was from former President Barack Obama and his wife, Michelle. I miss them so. Right now, I do. I'm not saying that they were perfect. I'm not saying he was perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect president. They're all flawed. But my God, look what we are dealing with right now. This is a circus. It's a scary circus.
It's a scary circus.
It really is. Also, I've got, let me share with you Kamala Harris, the former vice president She also gave a statement. Let me see if I can pull this up a little bit. Alex Jeffrey Pretti was an ICU nurse at a VA hospital. His life, through his profession, was dedicated to serving his community and our country. Alex and tens of thousands of Minnesotans have boldly defended their neighbors against the murderous occupation of an American city by the federal government. That was from Kamala Harris. And of course, last but not least, let me share with you the statement from the parents of Alex Pretti. I couldn't imagine if this was my child. I don't care how
couldn't
old he
either.
is.
Oh,
I don't care how old he is. He's still
yeah.
someone's child, someone's loved one.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's loved one. Oh my God. Let me pull this up. This is the statement from the family of Alex Pretti, Michael and Susan Pretti, the parents. We are heartbroken, but also very angry. Alex was a kind-hearted soul who cared deeply for his family and friends, and also the American veterans whom he cared for as an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA hospital. Alex wanted to make a difference in this world. Unfortunately, he will not be with us to see his impact. I do not throw around the hero term lightly. However, his last thought and act was to protect a woman. Think about that shit. The sickening lies told about our son by the administration are reprehensible and disgusting. Alex is clearly not holding a gun when attacked by Trump's murdering and cowardly ICE thugs. He has his phone in his right hand, and his empty left hand is raised above his head while trying to protect the woman ICE just pushed down, all while being pepper sprayed. Please get the truth out about our son. He was a good man. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
I
I just couldn't imagine.
The words are so fitting for it.
Yes, they are.
Disgusting. This administrator's trying to spin it.
Absolutely. Benjamin Padilla says we are close to being run over by white Christian nationalists if this is not stopped. Trump's had all three branches and Supreme Court. That's the scary thing. But you know what? I don't know. I try to think on a positive nature sometimes. And even though there are a lot of Republicans that back this up, I tend to think that there's some good ones out there too that know this is wrong. I want to believe that.
I wish they would do more about it, especially the
Yeah.
ones in Congress.
Well, and speaking of a political party doing more about it, I wish some of these Democrats would do more about it too. Get up off your butts. You know what I want to say. Get up off your ass. Come up out of your offices. Take a little trip down there to Minnesota. Come out of the confines of your office where you're protected. Go down there to Minnesota and stand on the streets and with the protesters.
Yeah.
See, you have that office for a reason. This is one of your shining moments that you ran for election for. Going down there and show that you stand for right. Don't cower behind your desk. Don't cower behind your closed office door. it's time for people to start coming out.
Right.
Not just the ABCs on the street, but those that are in office. If you're not going to make a change while you're in the building, come out of the building. Go on down there, put your life on the line, and stand there and look those goons in the eye and tell them they're wrong. They're wrong.
They're wrong.
And they know they're wrong. Jesus. So, as I was saying earlier, Trump is losing a lot of support. Excuse me. Yeah, he's losing a lot of support. MAGA podcasters are abandoning him. People in the Republican Party are actually abandoning him. Yeah, they are definitely an embarrassment. You know, this is the part that gets me. We know Trump is so very cognizant of social media. Have you ever gotten that he really cares about what social media perceives him as?
He talks too much too fast. He came out and spoke about Alex way too quickly after it happened. Like seconds, moments. Oh, exactly. It was his fault. It was his fault. No, he loves social media.
But have you noticed that he really, really, really cares of how he looks on social media? He doesn't necessarily listen to those around him, but he really wants to look good. You know what I'm saying? Big old me. Big old me.
Yeah, I'm the leader.
But this guy has no clue how much of an embarrassment ICE is to him. He doesn't even
recognize him look real bad.
He looks awful. They're an embarrassment. They really are. And again, like I said, don't forget about Kyle Rittenhouse. My husband said, as the Bible said, he gave his life for helping. Absolutely.
Good.
But I just want to know. Sometimes I want to ask this man, ain't you embarrassed, dude? Aren't you embarrassed? I mean, if I hired this and this is what I've sent out to enforce immigration laws, you got Border Patrol that ain't even on the border. that make sense. But I understand what the initial story was. They want to get the worst of the worst off the streets and everything. But is this who you're grabbing? The worst of the worst? Or are you just grabbing anybody?
Anybody.
And then spilling over into wiping out people that are exercising their rights under the Constitution.
Legal Americans.
Stand for. You're supposed to stand for the Constitution, but they're trampling all over it. And my question to Trump is, aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you really? I mean, are you embarrassed or are you clueless? Because somebody is not in his ear, I guess. Maybe they're not telling him. I don't know. You can't tell him nothing, apparently.
My God, Melania is worthless. I would be like, Trump, hello?
Melania don't even half live with him. Come on, she live in New York. She raising that boy. She ain't even in the White House.
Oh,
they ain't even sleeping in the same bed. Come on now. She come around when there's some kind of a photo op or some kind of dinner she needs to attend at Mar-a-Lago. Other than that, they ain't living together. She ain't telling him nothing. She don't like the man. Truth be told, she don't even like the man. And we ain't even gonna go off into how he met her. Epstein. By the way, where's the Epstein files, Trump? Did you not promise? Did you not promise the Epstein files to us? It's just my opinion, Ed. It's just my opinion. I'm not a constitutional scholar, but I am entitled to my opinion. Thank you. But anyway, let me go ahead and share this next video. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Midas Touch. Or not, is it the Midas? Yeah, the Midas Touch. I love this channel. The guy's funny. But let me pull this up for just a second. Let me see something else. Michelle said Trump has a hard-on for the governor and mayor. You got that right. He got a hard-on for quite a few people. We're going to leave that alone. Benjamin Padilla said that's a transactional marriage. You are absolutely right, Benjamin. It most definitely is. I mean, that's no secret either. So hold on just a second. Okay. Let me share this screen right here. And I will turn this down all the way. Okay. And shout out to the Midas Touch. He's a huge, huge podcaster here on YouTube. He's got like 5.88 million subscribers. That's a lot. That's a lot of people that are following him. So I will get this started. I guess Lady Letitia had to go for a minute. Okay, let me get this started.
Tim Dillon, who says the Trump regime is over. Trump is a lame duck. Bye-bye, Donald. Watch what MAGA or former MAGA podcaster Tim Dillon has to say. Here, play this clip right here.
Let's look at Trump here. And I do think, unfortunately, this kind of is the end of, and I say unfortunately, not because I care, truly, but I say unfortunately because it seems to not be doing anything good for anyone. This is the end of the Trump administration. This is the beginning of the lame duck presidency. It's obvious to everyone, even his most ardent supporters show up to the White House, like Laura Ingraham, and she's kind of shocked on what the hell's going on. Now we'll start, 3 years of talking about the ballroom. He will trail off. He will get older. He's adorned the White House in gold.
Oh my goodness, I forgot all about that stuff. Absolutely, honey. Yep, you're right. I forgot all about all that's been going on. I completely forgot about the ballroom. I completely forgot about the ballroom. Desecrating that building the way it is. And I hear tell somebody's trying to put a stop to it. I don't know how successful they're going to be. I wish they could have done that before they decimated the building. But nevertheless, he's adorned the building with gold and things of that nature. Let's see. Jandy says Chris Madell withdrew from Minnesota's governor's race, saying he can no longer support the party. Bovine is leaving Minnesota and DHS locked him out of his social media. Hallelujah. It's about time something is being done, even if it's something small. But hey, if we got to take baby steps like that, so be it. But it's obvious that there are Republicans that are actually falling away from him. And Jandy74, thank you for that comment. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Because it lets us know that people do have a heart. People do have a conscience. And Chris Madell, he has a conscience. He withdrew from the governor's race. He said, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he say He can't look into his daughter's eyes. He has to look into his daughter's eyes. That's a hard thing for a father to have to do, to look into his child's eyes and have to explain to him why he is on the wrong side of history. Let me get this back started.
Epstein's going to suck the oxygen out of a lot of this. We're going to talk about that a little later on. Apparently AI, by the way, the only thing I'm sure of about AI, I'm not an expert, is that AI, as soon as we have robots running around this country, they'll all be pedophiles too. There's no one in power that will apparently just not be a pedophile. All these robots will be pedophiles. The 100% will do a pedophile robots. Our first robot president will be a pedophile. I know that. It's the only thing I know. Our first AI robot president will absolutely be a pedophile.
Also, Rob Davison said, remember when Obama remodeled the White House for his basketball court? Absolutely. I remember that. Absolutely. Did it cost $300 million to do? No. As a matter of fact, every president has done something to the White House. Let's be real. It isn't just Trump. It isn't just Obama. Every president has had something to do with some kind of little remodeling or addition or whatever to the White House. However, we're talking about a $300 million ballroom. Come on, man. A ballroom? I don't care if it, donate the money to something meaningful. Trump's ballroom is donated money. Yes, it very well may be. I'm sorry, wrong comment. Trump's ballroom is donated money, but you don't have anything better to donate that money to? There's so much more that could be done in this country with 300 million than to build a ballroom that only a fraction of people will ever see the inside of. And you cannot compare a basketball court to a $300 million ballroom, Rob. Come on now.
You've got MAGA influencer and MAGA podcaster Christian Cooper, who voted for Donald Trump, explains why she is on a MAGA influencer unfollowing spree. And she's basically saying, if you're still MAGA right now, and she said, I'm someone who voted for Trump, she goes, if you're still on this MAGA bandwagon, there's something wrong with you. Watch what she has to say. Play this clip.
I just went on a MAGA influencer unfollow spree. And let me tell you why. The mental gymnastics required to stand by your man under these conditions truly, in my opinion, is Olympic level. And I have followed some of these people for years, admired their ability to speak out when the opinion was unpopular. But now I'm starting to think, okay, they were countering the system, but not countering the system, which is the reason why many of us voted for this administration in the first place. Here's some of my problems with this administration. The Epstein list, okay? Referring to the Epstein list as the Epstein hoax after running your entire campaign on that.
The Epstein hoax. The hoax, right? Isn't that what he, ran on? Oh, yes, the first thing I'm going to do when I go into offices, I'm going to bring out those Epstein files. Now he calls it a hoax. I just thought that's very interesting. And I don't think it's all necessarily because his name is in there. I think he's trying to cover up other names that would be critical to this country. He's got some very, very rich billionaire friends, oligarchs. He ain't the only dirt in that file by any means.
That is a slap in the face to all of us. Do you think we are stupid? You cannot gaslight me enough into forgetting that this admin said they were going to release the Epstein list. Pam Bondi said it was on her desk, okay? We are still sending billions of dollars overseas to fund foreign wars, denying America's interest, right? We've got some problems here in the mainland. Approving PFA pesticides to be sprayed all over our fruit and vegetables. It's not limited to your fruit and vegetables. This is going into our soil. It's going to leak into our water supply. We are going to be drinking it. Forever chemicals are linked to hormone disruption, thyroid dysfunction, cancer. It's an atrocity.
Kind of it reminds me of when he told people to drink bleach during COVID. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. Well, doesn't bleach kill the virus? I mean, maybe if you drank a little bleach, you could get rid of it. You know what I mean? And the sorry part about it is that we had fools out there that literally did it and died. Listening to that.
Wasn't it 10 people?
I don't know. I don't know.
10 people took it.
One is too many. Nick says same thing with chemicals was going under Biden and Obama, but you don't care, do you? Actually, no, I don't. I'm not talking about Biden and Obama. Biden and Obama ain't littering the streets with dead people.
Exactly.
Now, since you have something to say about Biden and Obama, clearly I see who you roll for. But hey, if you want to deal with the circus, you go right ahead. Obama was the deporter in chief. He got rid of more illegals than any other president in the administration. But, hey, Biden and Obama, they were much worse. Wow.
We're talking about making America healthy again. PFA pesticides is crazy. Debt normalization, 50-year mortgages, essentially saying your kids will never own anything ever. They will never own that little plot of land, the American dream. They're never going to own their own home. The fact that 90% of Black Friday purchases were made using a buy now, pay later like Klarna. That's also crazy. Surveillance expansion through Palantir. Think China during COVID. Yeah, that sounds extreme, doesn't it? That is how rapidly this administration is advancing AI. They're advancing it so quickly. They had to put out a statement to state governments saying, if you try to put regulations around AI, we're coming for you too. That is how much this federal government wants to advance AI and data centralization. So freaking scary. And then you can't ask anything about any of this. If you start asking questions, you were never really MAGA. You're not based, right? All this infighting is caused by Candace and Tucker. Y'all, please be so serious. Don't insult our intelligence like that, right? We might like Candace and Tucker, but they're not changing our opinions. They're just saying what a lot of us are thinking.
Now,
Bruce is on the loose too, says normal people don't stand in front of the law when they come to do their jobs. Does their job entail throwing women down on the ground? Is that what their job is? That gentleman was not standing in front of anybody. He was trying to help the woman. But no, you want to take it to, he's being disruptive. He's getting in the way of them doing their job. What was their job at that moment?
They walked over to him and was messing with him.
I mean, really, what if that was your mother on the ground?
Right.
You'd have been happy for somebody. Oh, but I know what the comeback to that was. My mother would never be out there. I'm sure she would.
No, if she's out there getting her groceries or doing whatever she needs to be doing, and she happened to have her phone in front of her, and they mistake her for a protester, then what?
The woman that took the other video, the other shot, I guess the other angle where you could see even better, when they took that man's life. She is
Yeah.
now in hiding because she's afraid they're going to come after her.
Oh, wow.
She's afraid that they're going to come after her and look for her. This is where it's on. This is where it's at. Stay on the sidewalk. Really? Stay on the sidewalk. So we don't have the right to walk on sidewalks because they're in town. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know there was a new set of rules that we needed to go by in order to not, and get in, mess with ICE. Like ICE is this precious commodity that we need to watch ourselves.
Yeah.
They're people.
I had no idea that we had to stay on the sidewalk when they're around. And it shouldn't even be like that. That's not what America's all about. You can't even help somebody that they push down on the ground.
Yeah, now they're trying to say he shouldn't have had a gun on him at a protest. He
But
can do whatever he wants to do.
he was legally allowed to carry one.
He sure is.
Brandishing.
You can walk into Walmart with one. I saw a man it was in his holster, just walking in Walmart like it.
They didn't feel that way about Kyle Rittenhouse, that 17-year-old kid that unalived two people and injured someone else.
Yeah, I wonder
And
how
he was walking down the middle of the street. Down the middle of the street. And they let that joker go.
Yeah, Donald Trump excused this behavior.
But like I said, it's all about what is convenient. It's what's convenient to them. That's what matters to them. Different set of rules for a different party.
Club. Their own little evil club that they in.
Well,
They had no mercy for him.
things are going to change. Things are going to change. I really believe that. I do know that according to a source from AP, it's being reported that that little Hitler man, that little short Hitler man, the border control commander, Greg Bovino, I guess.
Yeah, is he suspended?
Well, some of him and some of his ICE goons are expected to leave Minnesota tomorrow. So there's a
Good.
short little victory right there. Just a short.
Yes, it is.
And when I say short, I'm referring to the situation in terms of him leaving and his height. So
amongst that like MAGA alpha bro community, you have these people named like Clav and others, and they're just saying, we'll vote Gavin Newsom over JD Vance. And they have like their own bizarre language. They're like Gavin Moggs JD Vance, and like Gavin is a chat. Is a Giga Chad, and JD Vance is like a beta. I don't know what these people are even saying. But here's a very popular streamer in this MAGA alpha circle named Clav. And here's what he has to say about why he's voting for Gavin Newsom over JD Vance. Here.
Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen this guy before. I think I've seen him one other time prior to all of this popping off. So once it plays, if you recognize him, put a 1 in the chat.
Play this clip.
Yeah, but I mean, like this next election cycle, who's going to win? It's going to be Gavin Newsom against JD Vance because JD Vance is subhuman and Gavin Newsom mugs.
JD Vance is subhuman?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
He's got a very short total facial width to height ratio. He's obese, very recessed side profile. Whereas Newsom is like 6'3" Chad.
So JD's very tall. JD's got to be
still
6'2", 6'3".
Gavin Newsom obviously mogs him to death.
Then you have all of these MAGA influencers turning against Ben Shapiro. Like here you have Andrew Schultz. Here's what he had to say about Shapiro. Play this clip.
Wait a minute. Crazy. Is the Daily Wire an American media?
I know y'all seen this dude before. I know you've seen this one before.
I've seen him.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I got some. Well, yeah, I'll tell that later.
Platform, or is it an Israeli media platform? I'm just asking.
This guy's cooking.
I'm just asking. If the rule is, I'm just saying, if the rule is you cannot be critical, because he has no problem being very critical of America.
Yep.
But you can't criticize Israel as a country. That's just another country, unless you're saying, and you're clearly admitting, that the Daily Wire is an arm of the Israeli propaganda machine. Is that? Oof. Are you manipulating the religious right in America? Are you manipulating the right-wing conservatives in America and selling them country western movies and putting on your little cowboy hat and fake moving in Nashville so that you could take all their money and then in the process restricting free speech, one of the core tenets of the American identity? Ben.
Oof. Benjamin.
What is happening?
He's pretty animated. Dawn says, I've seen mustache. Okay, man. Dawn, don't clown his mustache. Bless his heart. I bet his partner loves it. I'm sure whoever his partner is, yeah.
Here's what Steve Bannon had to say about Ben Shapiro. Play this clip.
Shapiro is like a cancer, and that cancer spreads. It's a cancer, and it metastasizes. He tried to take over Breitbart, and I ran him out of there. He tried to take over David Horowitz's, who was his mentor. Don't ask me. Ask the guys associated with David Horowitz what he did there. He tried to take that over. And mark my word, he will make a move on Turning Point because he's always been envious of Charlie Kirk.
Lizzie, it's okay. It's okay. Lizzie says, I'm from Australia. No clue who he is. It's okay, Lizzie. You don't have to know who he is. Just know he's got a cool mustache. Oh, I love me some Lizzie.
I do too.
Here is what this is what, let's take a listen to over. There's Alex Jones. Here's what he has to say about Ben Shapiro. Play this clip.
In fact, it needs to be put to Ben Shapiro, who is definitely in the pocket of Netanyahu. I think he is an intelligence asset. My opinion, how he operates, Levin. I believe they are officially Israeli spies, okay? And I don't hate Israel in and of itself existing. I do hate people that act like they're Americans and act like they're loyal when everything they do flies in the face of that. And I believe from action and behavior that Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro are actual intelligence operatives card carrying with Israeli intelligence agencies. I know the cut of their...
Now, here's what Ben Shapiro says about them. Here, play this. He calls them extremists. Here, play this clip.
He knew that Nick Fuentes is an evil troll and that building him up is an act of moral imbecility. And that is precisely what Tucker Carlson did. He built Nick Fuentes up. And he ought to take responsibility for that, just as he ought to take responsibility for glazing pornographer and alleged sex trafficker Andrew Tate, or for mainstreaming fake historian and pseudo-Nazi apologist Daryl Cooper as America's best and most honest popular historian. Hosts are indeed responsible for the guests they choose and the questions they ask those guests. Fourth, because we have a duty to truth, we also have a duty to provide you with evidence of the claims that we make. Emotive accusations, conspiracy theories, and just guessing questions, that's lazy and stupid and misleading. None of them are a substitute for truth. None of them are a substitute for evidence. So when Candace Owens says, I don't know, but I know, that is retarded. And we are all more retarded for having heard it.
Okay, now we can't go with the retarded name. Come on now. Let's be nice now.
He went there, didn't he?
He did. He went to the retarded name, and I don't. Well, you know, hey, if the shoe fits, what can I say?
I know of one.
Yeah, most definitely. But we're trying to have some kind of decorum here.
Yeah.
By the way, Ben Shapiro's been losing like 30,000 followers over the past 30 days. And Ben Shapiro's basically like done in the MAGA community. Then you have Megyn Kelly crashing out as she tells the MAGA influencers to go F themselves.
I do not like this woman.
Yeah, I had to stop watching her because when she was trying to justify Donald Trump's behavior with Epstein, that threw me.
There's just something that's very cringe about her that I just can't get with. And oh my God, I just had to say that before I put her up. I really didn't want to put her up, but you know, she's part of the story. So let me just go ahead and let her roll. But just be advised, I can't stand this woman. Ooh.
This is Megyn Kelly telling MAGA influencers to go F themselves. Here, play this clip right here.
To the hateful people whom I used to call friends, who have been all over the internet trying to shame me and say that no one should ever listen to this program again because I haven't spoken out on the Erica-Candace conflict. There's no, I don't have any pearls of wisdom other than go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. You have no fucking clue what's going on. You don't know what I do behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, that didn't go over well, but I guess I'll let her keep going.
Supporters. I'm sure she lost some supporters.
And she had to. She's talking to other MAGA people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And your world is so myopically online. You fail to understand there are real humans involved here, and actually being able to touch grass and have relationships with them, which is something I'm doing.
The people that are being shot in the street also would like to touch grass.
Exactly.
I mean, these are very, she just described everyday people.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, as long as it works for them, you know, the hell with everyone else, whatever works for the narrative at the moment.
Could prove to actually benefit all involved. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't at all, but it's at least got a shot. I'm not sure your Twitter shame game has gotten anything of value done.
Then you have Joe Rogan saying the following about Donald Trump's putting up these like ridiculous plaques on the White House. Here's what he says. Play this clip.
Did you see how I think it was? I don't. These days you don't know what's has to be confirmed or not, but it looked like on the Kennedy Center they started putting the name Trump on it.
Yeah, he added his name to it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he took out the Kennedy Rose Garden. And you're like, what?
Oh,
just take it away. Now it's like a cement fucking
nutty.
plot.
There's nothing nuttier than the plaques underneath the president's
That's insane.
names.
That's insane.
Shane and I were just reading them the other day.
It's
We're like,
insane.
How is this real?
It doesn't feel real. And
Well,
you're just like,
how are you allowed to do that? That's the thing. It's
I
like,
think
how is he allowed to write that
in
on
the
those
White
plaques?
House? You can just probably, as president, do what you want in the White House.
Turns out you obviously can.
Yeah.
But nobody ever did it before.
Those are going to get taken down.
No, they'll be up forever.
I don't think so.
They're going to leave it like that forever.
No fucking way.
Yeah, like a museum piece.
It's so crazy.
They should have like the Trump wing. This is what happened when he was president.
Look at this fucking lunatic.
The auto pen photo of Joe Biden
and the actual what's written there is crazy.
Crazy.
This is
it should
widely considered the worst president of all. Like, what are you talking about?
Wouldn't that be something to have a Trump wing as a historic monument of some? That would be they would have to build more for that.
Yeah, they would.
Because there's a lot to go for. I mean, there's a lot that could be encompassed in that wing. And I'd be curious to see how that could all look.
It should be like a museum.
Yeah.
It should be the facts of his presidency, what happened during his term, you know, the Iraq war started and da-da-da.
Yeah.
It should be that.
Of course.
That's it. If that, you know.
And under Reagan, it's like Reagan liked Trump and Trump liked him too.
Trump was a fan of Reagan. What?
Why is that relevant?
Reagan was a fan of Trump. What?
It's guys,
nuts,
crazy.
But you can't just let someone just fucking fully swim in it like that.
I know.
So he needs like a right-hand man. You go, sir.
I think they just.
I understand the motive.
Well, then Rogan mocks Donald Trump for covering up the Epstein files. Let's play this clip right here. Let's play it.
The Epstein files.
I heard there's no files. I heard it's a hoax. And then all of a sudden he's going to release the files. Well, I thought there was no files.
Man.
He wants an investigation now.
Listen.
Like, what is going on?
They voted 427 to 1.
Who was the one?
Whoa, who's the one?
I didn't see why he said, but he did.
National security.
No fucking way you gonna be the one. No, if you found out all of Congress voted for something and you the only one that didn't, can you change your vote? You can't be the one, guy.
It should be that it has to be like no one can know what the vote is before you do it.
Bro, I would love to hear his reason. How you the one?
Well, I was feeling like let's move past it and let's get on with our business. And
bro, you can't move past it.
These billionaires are good people. Okay,
you can't move past it.
They're good, solid people.
And then because MAGA has, really spread this, this racism and this hate, and they've anointed people like Nick Fuentes, it's now backfiring on them, as even someone like Fuentes is like, the reason I'm voting for Gavin Newsom is that he's got a white family, and I'm not voting for J.D. Vance because J.D. Vance married an Indian woman. I mean,
what difference does that make? I'm just curious. What I don't understand what the racism has to do with it. This is ridiculous. I'm not a J.D. Vance fan, but come on. What difference does it make who he's married to? She's not in office. He is. And her race has nothing to do with anything in terms of the running of this country.
Right.
So why people harp on that is beyond me.
Like, this is what's going on. I don't even want to play this clip. I'll just play a small portion of it because I want to give you insight into what's happening in the MAGA podcast world. Here, play this clip right here.
So this is the image of Gavin Newsom, and we'll zoom in on it so you can get a better look. This is Gavin Newsom's family. Okay? Now, this is who the Republicans want you to think is literally the devil. Okay, this guy is Satan. This guy is evil. This guy is woke. He is a left-wing socialist Muslim.
This guy here, this commentator, everything he's calling about Newsom, he himself is. This guy is a jerk off, I swear.
He's a radical Muslim socialist like Barack Obama. But, right off the bat, we could just make some observations. He's white. He's tall. He's handsome. His wife is also white. She's tall. She's good looking. His children, 4 of them, are beautiful, and they're all white with blue eyes and blonde hair. And they're in California.
So?
Or maybe this is Hawaii? I don't know.
Does this idiot realize this is a backdrop? Picture behind them. This guy doesn't even understand. Good Lord. Is this guy? Lizzie, is that his name? Ben? Wow.
I think that's his name. Yeah.
Good grief. He is. He really is. I've seen him a couple times, and he has some real nasty stuff to say about people of color. Good Lord.
But they're in a beautiful state, our beautiful land, their beautiful blood, and our beautiful land in America. If only there was some way to combine those things. Their beautiful genetics, their genes. Weren't Republicans just talking about that? Beautiful genes. Look at these beautiful genes. Look at these beautiful genes on display. And look at our beautiful land. And look at the beautiful landscape, our beautiful soil. All for us. This beautiful virgin soil separated from the world by 2 oceans that we control. And those beautiful genes that conquered and tamed it. It's really a sight to behold. This is our enemy, they say. Now, here's the other image. This is our fearless leader, the entity known as J.D. Vance. The entity known as J.D. Hamill, since the last operating system update, is now J.D. Vance. This is his family. Now, let's make some observations here.
And then finally, you have Joe Rogan saying that he doesn't think that Donald Trump has given any evidence that the election was stolen. Here, play this clip.
The problem is when you ask Trump about it, like when I had him on the podcast, I'm like, you think they stole the 2020 election? Like, tell me what's the evidence?
He didn't.
Well, he might not have remembered.
I know this is off topic, but do you guys remember? Do you remember Joe Rogan when he was on Fear Factor? You remember that show, Lady Letitia?
Yeah, but I don't remember him being on there.
He was the host of Fear Factor.
Oh.
He had hair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had hair. And it took me a while to figure it out that was the same guy. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys realize that Joe Rogan was the guy on Fear Factor.
Might have just said, tell me what they did, and like had somebody work on it, and then they told him, and then he starts talking about it, but he didn't really go in depth about it. I don't know, but he didn't have a satisfactory answer.
No, he didn't.
So that should give you some insight into what is going on in the MAGA podcast world. Let me know what you think, and hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million here.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the Midas.
So yeah, that is just a portion of who is falling away from the MAGA world.
Yeah, it sounds like they not.
Yes, definitely. Jandy says, I'm glad the orange Kool-Aid drinkers are turning on each other, but I won't praise any of them. Most of them are still rotten, racist, greed-driven cowards. Let's see, who else has it?
I agree, Candy.
Had a comment here. Okay, yeah, Ben was the guy, the commentator who was calling. Okay, I get it now. Thank you. I was getting kind of confused there. I'm like, what? Sometimes when I look at the comments, they don't match with what's on the screen. So sometimes I can kind of get discombobulated. So just charge it to my head, not my heart. But I do have one more video to share with you. Like I had said earlier, this isn't going to be a very, very long live stream. But again, there are more videos out there of people, Republicans turning on Trump as a result of the ICE shooting, especially the recent one. So hold on just a second here. Let me clear out the screen. Now, this is a channel, Brian Tyler Cohen. He has 4.99 million subscribers. And he's pretty good, too. I've only seen him a few times, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Stand by just a second.
On Saturday, we all woke up to another tragic and completely preventable shooting at the hands of ICE. This time, a 37-year-old ICU nurse who worked at the VA named Alex Pretti. He was holding his cell phone, recording ICE agents on the street, as is his legal right, when one of the agents charged at him. Eventually, 6 agents in total jumped on top of him. One of them removed the gun where it was holstered on his hip. He had a concealed carry permit and his gun was legal. And only after his gun was removed was he shot multiple times and killed. The evidence is as clear as day. There are no grainy videos or images that Trump administration officials can point to muddy the waters, which of course isn't stopping them from calling Pretti a domestic terrorist, but it's falling on decidedly deaf ears. In fact, I include a number of people on the right in that statement. According to one of Donald Trump's U.S. attorneys, Bill Asaley, he said, if you approach law enforcement with a gun, there's a high likelihood they will be legally justified in shooting you. Well, the NRA responded to that, writing, "This sentiment from the first assistant U.S. attorney for the Central District of California is dangerous and wrong. Responsible public voices should be awaiting a full investigation, not making generalizations and demonizing law-abiding citizens." The group Gun Owners of America responded, "We condemn the untoward comments of U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley. Federal agents are not highly likely to be legally justified in shooting concealed carry licensees who approach while lawfully carrying a firearm. The Second Amendment protects Americans' right to bear arms while protesting, a right the federal government must not infringe upon." Tim Pool wrote, "Empty hand, then gun in hand."
TK, sweetheart, I beg to differ. I really beg to differ. You can't be serious. Of all people, you can't be a brother or sister saying that. After what black folks went through in the 60s, this is just a repeat with more artillery. I can't believe, you can't pay me enough to think that that's true with you. You must be white. I don't know. Or you just being a troll. No.
Appears the man may have been disarmed before being shot. This is a chain of events in a greater conflict. Neither side cares at this point what justifies it or doesn't. I don't see Trump winning this one. A staffer for Republican Senator Rand Paul wrote, "Excuse me, but what the fuck border is in Minneapolis, and when did it become illegal to carry a gun in America?" Former counsel to George W. Bush wrote, "I helped to establish DHS in 2002 and 2003, and later had the Homeland Security portfolio as a White House counsel and served as general counsel of the department. I am enraged and embarrassed by DHS's lawlessness, fascism, and cruelty. Impeach and remove Trump now."
Amen.
The Republican House Homeland Security Committee tweeted, "Chairman Garbarino has formally requested testimony from ICE, CBP, and USCIS leaders at a full committee hearing. Congress has an important responsibility to ensure the safety of law enforcement and the people they serve and protect." Here's one Fox News guest.
I've watched that videotape for at least about, let's say, 100 times because I knew I was going to be coming on with you and I wanted to speak as accurate as I can.
Now, TK, there might have been one before, but not no more. This brother right here, he may have been for Trump before, but he ain't no more. We need to put that on a t-shirt.
Okay.
I look good. I look gitchy, high yellow. Yeah. Don't let the light skin fool you, boo-boo.
And I do believe that there needs to be a complete investigation. I was taken back by the White House, who initially put out what I defined as misrepresentation of what took place there when you look at the video. It was said that Mr. Pretti was banishing a weapon. Well, he was not banishing a weapon. Yes, he did have a weapon. It was said that by the White House that Mr. Pretti attacked those agents. No, he did not attack those agents. And one of the White House individuals called Mr. Pretti a domestic terrorist. I find this man is dead. He has a family. And to go out and call him a domestic terrorist without giving any more information is just unacceptable. And then, John, when I looked at the video, what you saw was an agent pushing a woman aside, Mr. Pretti getting sprayed, them jumping on top of Mr. Pretti. And this is something that our audience should see with their own eyes. You can see where one of the agents actually physically takes Mr. Peretti's gun. And that is before he shot. And then all of a sudden he shot, there's a pause, and there are more bullets that are shot in his direction.
And there you have it. I mean, if you saw anything other than that, I don't know what you were looking at, but that is exactly how it went down.
Exactly.
There's no, oh, well, it looked like he might have. No, we saw exactly from more than one angle what they did. They have gone off the rails. They have gone literally off the rails because their commander-in-chief, their weirdo-in-chief, has given them full
power.
Reason. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the most. And they believe that they can do this with impunity. But there's gonna come a day when that joker ain't in office no more. You think you covering up your face? That doesn't mean nothing. Covering up your face is not gonna change what's coming to you later. And that's on the real right there.
Yep, it's gonna come.
So that investigation, what I'm asking is that there be a complete and thorough and transparent investigation, John, not only by the federal agencies, but also by the state and local investigators also working together.
In fact, here are some comments on the conservative subreddit. I thought Renee Good's case was borderline, but likely legally justified. They still should have had a formal investigation just because of the lethal outcome. This case, don't know how anyone can side with ICE here. On top of that, the person killed turned out to be an ICU nurse, not some unemployed professional protester. I wanted an enforcement of law and order. This doesn't look like it. Bad look. Stop coping. This was another bad look by ICE. We are allowed to bear arms. These ICE agents are clearly untrained and see ghosts. Many such cases. Just saw Stephen Miller's response. Why do they think that people will believe whatever they say? I've been MAGA from day one, and my post history shows that if Trump does not rein in his administration from letting their low IQ behavior hurt this administration's goals, then we aren't just going to lose this midterm, we're going to lose every election for decades. So I think you get the picture. The story being peddled by this administration is so blatantly false that it's actually become contemptuous for their own supporters. They are feeding them straight horseshit and expecting them to believe it and swallow it whole. Calling an ICU nurse who was holding a phone a domestic terrorist who was brandishing a gun and charging at law enforcement officers is not going to fly when there's video evidence from every angle of this interaction that it was the ICE agent who charged him and a cell phone in the guy's hand, not a gun. And if the lying isn't bad enough, now you've got the administration losing its own base by vilifying the fact that he was carrying a legal firearm, something they at least used to pretend to care about. And yet that's the thing here. There is no underlying principles to anything that they're doing because the only thing they actually care about is power.
Power.
Yeah, power. And drinking that good old Kool-Aid, just like Toker 88 has done. Toker 88 has drank the Kool-Aid, y'all.
He's drinking
Democrats cause chaos. Bad things happen in chaos. I'd like to know how many Democrats are wearing ICE uniforms and covering their faces. We don't even have a Democrat in the presidential office right now, but who's causing the chaos? Democrats cause chaos. That's interesting. Well, what flavor was that Kool-Aid? Was it strawberry, grape? Did it have sugar in it? What? It means everything, sweetheart. It does. It means everything.
Yeah, it does.
But you go ahead and roll with them. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
That.
You want to roll with ICE. Roll with ICE.
Dr. Pepper. He said Dr. Pepper. All right then. Well, hey, at least you got good taste in soda. C. Gonzalez said, what did ICE do to the woman? Did they hit her or push her down? They pushed her down. Okay, so now...
They sprayed pepper spray.
They sprayed pepper spray in her face, sprayed pepper spray in Alex's face. Let's see. Tom says, then shut up, follow the rules. And how about this, Tom? You shut up and get out of my chat. Because I don't take disrespect in my chat. You don't tell me to shut up on my platform. So you can get up out of here.
New rules that we have to be a certain way towards ICE because they're shooting and killing us now?
Exactly. You better hope they don't show up on your front door one day. And it's coming. Because one thing that, unbeknownst to a lot of white people, and this is no shade on white people, but a lot of people seem to think, people that are not of color seem to think that racism will not ever touch them. And this is a clear situation here that
of it touching.
It's touching you.
It's touching.
It's touching. It's taking y'all out. See, if it wasn't, it doesn't affect me, so I'm not gonna care. I don't care about it, But when it comes knocking on your door one day, then you're hemming and hawing. I want to speak to the manager.
Yeah.
Then the Karen comes out. Okay, this is a perfect example of how it eventually comes around full circle and gets everybody, not just brown people, not just black people, white people, all people. It affects everybody.
Everyone.
Don't think for one minute that you're immune because of your skin color. You're not.
Like unbridled, uncompromising power. That's why they've undermined their own positions on family values, on states' rights, on fiscal conservatism, because it was all just window dressing to make themselves look virtuous when in reality all they cared about was power. And we're seeing that at play right now. So if this administration wants to play their own supporters for fools, that's their prerogative. But all they're doing is proving how stupid they think they are. And that's not without consequence, clearly. Will that stop this White House from doubling down? Obviously not. So if they want to continue shedding supporters on a daily basis, they are free to do exactly that. Next up are my interviews with Tommy Vitor, Mikey Sherrill, and Sarah Jacobs.
Okay, we're not going to watch those interviews. They're kind of long and drawn out. But you know, again, like I said, racism, colorism, whatever ism you want to call it, it doesn't just touch the people that are of color. It eventually makes its way around to everybody.
It is making its way, and it's sad.
Full circle, full circle.
While you think you're safe and nested up in your little home, like, oh, I'm not going to mess with those ICE agents. I'm not going to protest. I'm not going to believe in anything. Well, then sit in your house and wait till they knock on your door.
Hey, they don't even have to knock the way these fools act.
Oh, yeah.
A bullet can go flying through your window and take you out while you sitting behind your window or in your living room watching television. Yeah. So, you know, and bullets ain't got no name on them. There's no name on them. They need to be better trained. ICE has been around for a while, but it wasn't until under this administration that they went batshit crazy.
Thug life.
Batshit crazy. I am not against immigration. Let me first say that. They said we want to get rid of the worst of the worst. These rapists that are out there, these domestic violence dudes out there, the rug runners. Go get them. Go get them. But you're taking out citizens. It doesn't even seem like you're trying to get the worst of the worst anymore. You're trying to fill a quota of brown people.
Yep. A quota. If you sound different, talk different, look different, then you are subject to being thrown in a detention center.
And if you buck up at them about it and you white, you're going too. So it's crazy. It's crazy. We didn't have this issue when Obama was in office. Say what you want about Obama, but he was the one that got the most illegal immigrants out of this country. Him. I'm not talking about Biden. I'm not talking about George W. Bush. I'm not talking about the previous Trump administration. I'm talking about Obama. He was what they called, what was it? The something in chief. But still, we didn't have these problems. No. We didn't have such chaos on the streets, and they're going everywhere. Your city might be next.
Yep.
You notice they ain't going to the hood, though?
No.
They ain't hitting the hood, are they? You know why? Because them brothers in the hood have just as much artillery and manpower and firepower that they do.
War.
They don't want that smoke. That's why they don't go to the hood. And they don't go up there to the rich suburbs either.
Mm-mm.
It's very, very ironic and very, very obvious that this is a scare tactic. And the bottom line is that this joker in office is trying to throw a monkey wrench in the upcoming elections.
Yes, he's trying to stop us from voting.
And that'll never happen. That'll never happen. You may scare people from going out to vote, but there will always be voting. It doesn't matter if we're at war or not. Many wars have gone down and we still had votes. We still had the voting process. The Constitution said so. You know, there's no stopping the vote. Yes, Fox Mulder said an intimidation tactic. That's what this is. But there's ways that we can fight back as well. For those people that may be scared to go out there and protest, you can protest in other ways. Look at
me
too.
and Auntie Mickey.
Yeah,
We're
hey,
protesting. This is protesting.
this is a form of protest. But even better, if people would get together and organize and just do a boycott.
A boycott.
Do a boycott.
Work, or, you know, just do a whole. Everybody just walk out of their jobs, or don't even go in that day.
Glenn Paul, I'm educated enough to know that Trump can't take away my right to vote.
No, but he
can
tried.
try. He can.
They
He
tried.
may, he's trying to intimidate, but he can't take our right to vote. I'm not worried about that. So educating ourselves, that's beyond the. That's a little dig that, you know,
Yes,
it's not going to
because
work.
in Houston, they were taking down polling stations and making people drive further to get to be able to vote. And those lines will be long, be hours and hours. So they do try to suppress the votes.
Well, all I can say is this. If you want things to really change, you got to do something to make a change. Whatever you can do. Whatever you can do, make a change. If you don't want to leave your house,
Intimidating.
yeah. Well, I guess this doesn't impact Glenn Paul, so you can leave work. Yes, Kelly Jackson says you can leave from work to vote. That is a law. Absolutely. Only if you're a felon you can't vote. Absolutely. But the bottom line is this: if you really want to make a change, some of us that were around back then, remember the 60s, the 50s and 60s? I wasn't around during the 50s. But remember that bus boycott Martin Luther King organized?
Telling us about it, yeah.
Y'all just do some research on the bus boycott and see how effective that was. Just see how effective that was. If people would stop spending money for 3 days, don't spend a dime on anything.
3 days.
Do you realize if we all did that nationwide, what kind of an impact that would be on this country?
For 3 days.
Glenn Paul says Democrats don't care about the black people. Jesse Lee Peterson will tell you that. I don't care what Jesse Lee Peterson has to say. I know I care about black people.
Exactly.
And I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I don't trust neither side. Now let me make that clear. A politician is dirty. I don't care what side of the aisle he sits on. Politics is a dirty business.
Very dirty business.
But that doesn't take away our plain and common sense.
Yeah.
So
You have
anyway, that's pretty much it for this show. I told you I wasn't gonna keep y'all long. So I want to thank everybody that came by this evening. Thank you all for being respectful. Those that we don't agree with and those that we do agree with, I appreciate it. And you are free to come back. We can always agree to disagree, but we all here in the same boat. And we have to stick together regardless. Yep. we all have to stick together regardless. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping by. And Lady Letitia, once again, thank you so much for coming by again. You always make it so much easier to get up here on this platform and pull out this content. But yeah, so when this show is done, for those of you who want to come to the casino, I'll be going to the casino tonight. So if you want to come by in about an hour and a half or so, check out Auntie Mickey's slots. I'm going to the slot machines and y'all can come and watch.
Ooh, that's going to be
So you guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming. And please, if you're new, don't be a stranger. Come on back anytime. And with that, I'm out. Peace.
Hey there, my kinfolk. Thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together makes me thrive. You're more than viewers, you're my kinfolk. You see, my gratitude runs deep as the sea. Thank you for being here, for sharing your time with each comment, with each rhyme. You're my kinfolk, my family, my crew. So much love to all of you. Turn up the camera, let's make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.